Driving and navigation are the topics of this RV Digest video. Several of these questions are asked just about every day on social media. And the first question is, what's the best GPS to get for my RV? There are two basic categories of GPSs to use for RV navigation. There are standalone GPS units like those made by Garmin, Rand McNally, and Magellan, and apps for your phone like Google Maps, Waze, and Copilot. The most popular answer, well, looking purely at the number of responses, the Garmin RV770 LMTS and RV760 come out on top as the most often recommended standalone GPS units. Many people will answer that they use the Rand McNally unit, and very few will mention Magellan. But almost every time I've seen a lot of responses to this question, Garmin leads the pack. For navigation apps, most people use Google, even though it currently doesn't have RV settings to route your RV via safe places like high bridges. Copilot isn't mentioned as often, but it has RV features and maps are downloaded so you don't need a cellular connection while you're using it. Waze is very popular and it's frequently mentioned, and although it has no RV specific features, it's good to use while traveling, not to guide your RV, but to know what's coming up ahead. People determine their route using an RV GPS unit or an app, and then they keep Waze on while driving for traffic information and routing suggestions. Is there anywhere I can go to learn to drive an RV? Well, the popular answer is yes. Lazy Days with centers in Texas and Florida they offer a driver one-day confidence course, which includes very little actual driving once around their campground with the instructor. However, it's often mentioned because it's free if you're getting service there. RV driving courses that offer more extensive training include RVDrivingSchool.com, Escapees, and several others. Search Google for RV Driving School. Is a CDL license required to drive an RV? Well, the popular answer here is not in most states. The important takeaway is that you are usually permitted to drive according to the rules of your state of residence. For example, California may require a CDL license for drivers of motorhomes of certain lengths. Florida has no such requirements, so if you're a resident of the state of Florida, you can drive in California because they honor Florida's regulations for Florida drivers. Go to changinggears.com for good information about this. Look for their section titled RV Driver's License. Do states have restrictions on the size of RVs and their towed vehicles or trailers? Well, popular answer here is that most do, but they're rarely enforced. There's a TripWizard website we're going to put right here that has a good list of state-by-state requirements. Where do you buy DEF, diesel exhaust fluid? Are there problems putting it in at the pump? Well, at fuel stops like Pilot and Flying J and Lowe's, and at Walmart you can get DEF. A surprising number of people buy their DEF at Walmart because they love the prices. That's what they say. Even though a lot of respondents are quick to point out that prices at the pump are cheaper, it can sometimes be difficult getting DEF into the RV because of placement of the DEF pump at the fuel stop or on the side of the RV that has the DEF fill. That's another reason some people buy their DEF in ready-made containers at Walmart. People that have difficulty accessing the fuel stop's DEF but like their prices, they often get their own DEF canisters, and you fill them up at the pump, take them to the campground, fill up there. Where are the best places to refuel? Well, the popular answer here is that for diesel pushers, it's truck stops like Pilot, Flying J's, and Love's. These usually have sizable areas for regular gas pumps too, and they're popular because of the large spaces and other accommodations you have for RVs there. Do we have to turn off our propane when we stop for fuel? Well, believe it or not, the popular answer here is no. The reason for this answer isn't often given, except that many people say that they haven't been turning off their propane for years and they've never had any problems. The opposing viewpoint is that you absolutely should turn off your propane when fueling because it's dangerous to have the propane's gas pilot light on when you have the fuel vapors and other things in the area. In looking at many forums and sites across the internet where people have discussed this, I was surprised that so many seem to leave their propane on when refueling. Although it's extremely rare, There have been instances where RVs have burned to the ground because they left propane on when refueling. It's better to be safe than sorry, so the best thing to do, turn it off. How can I check my route for bad weather? Well, although apps like Copilot and most GPS units offer weather reporting for specifically named areas, there are many weather apps available for tablets and phones. Some people recommend going to websites like weather.com or even to government sites to view webcams along the way to see the weather and traffic in real time. You know, the popular answer here is that there really isn't a popular answer. Quite literally, answers to this question are, excuse the pun, all over the map. My Radar, WeatherBug, weather.gov, and lots of others provide great weather info. RoadTrucker.com provides web pages for each state that give condition reports and news, and also have links to the state's DOT webcams. People who want serious weather data may want to consider another highly recommended app. It's called RadarScope. This app is rarely mentioned and it costs $10, but when it is mentioned, people who use it seem to really like it. Well, that does it for some of the top questions and answers about driving and navigation. Until next time, safe travels.